Hey everybody, this is Strategywizard again. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of probably the last bit of high command stuff that I'm going to buy. I think there's a few more things to get, but I don't know though. I don't think I'm going to get them. But these were on a good sale, and I really want to get these two big boxes to see what was in those. And I apologize for maybe I might sound a little weird because my nose is really stuffy, but hopefully that doesn't make it too annoying. Now, I've got Hordes High Command Elemental Rage and Castle of the Keys campaign expansion. Then we have High Command Warmachine High Command Into the Breach and Invasion of Soul campaign expansion. So I'm going to try to kind of quickly go through the cards and everything. I'm really curious to see what comes in the bigger box. I don't really know much about. I know technically what comes in there as far as what type of cards. I just don't know what the significance is and what makes it so special. But hopefully I will be enlightened in this unboxing. Otherwise I'll have to find out later and share it with you in the review. But of course in these two small boxes we're just going to see more cards to add to your army. That same little card that tells you that you can't have any more than a certain number. Okay, so we've got... Okay, that's what they always do this for some reason. Okay, these are the four new. These are the four new warlocks. Cool. Very creepy. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then we've got a heap of a lot of cards. Maybe I'll go a little faster this time. Hopefully, maybe not. Okay. We've got a Storm Troll, Electro Leap. If you destroy all of the player's cards at this location, that player must discard one card. Okay, cool. Got a few of those. Let's see. He's weak. Winter Troll. He looks way more powerful than he is. Opponents must skip their attack at this location unless they discard one card. Huh, that's interesting. We've got an Elemental Sorcerer. Opponents can't rush War Beast, War Jack, or Warrior cards to this location. That's powerful. Hope I'm getting this in. There we go. That's probably better. Okay, I'm not going to look at all these cards. It's just so many cards. But I'll at least let you see the artwork, and if you want to pause and read, you are more than welcome to. There's just so many cards. But as usual, the artwork is really impressive. They stay pretty consistent in that regard. Let's see. Now that is something that I am on board with. A Razor Worm? Yes, I like it. Hopefully... What in the world is that? I like it, whatever it is. Let's see. Slinger Team. Interesting. I do want to see this. Acid Bath. At the start of an attack at this location, choose up to one enemy warrior card. That card suffers -1 health. That's okay, but he is cheap. Gosh, yeah, he's cheap. I guess I can see why. That's not so bad. The main thing that I would like to see, and that I don't see a lot of, is more variety in the abilities. And like this card gains +1 power for each other friendly warrior card at this location. That really doesn't seem to be that unique. In fact, I'm pretty sure that people have something either identical or very close to it. This card has 0 base power and 4 base health during other players' turns. Now that's kind of interesting. Huh. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay. Some of the abilities do seem to be somewhat unique. But I don't know why I'm still looking at that one like I'm looking at something different. This card has 1 base power during other players' turns. That's a bad thing, but he gives you 1 victory point. Interesting. This card's power equals the total base power of friendly warlocks at any one location. At the end of your turn, destroy this card if you rushed a warlock this turn. Huh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so those are the cards in the Elemental Rage expansion to Hordes High Command. A lot more cards there. Some of them do seem to have some interesting abilities I'm looking forward to. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump into the breach for Warmachine High Command. We'll see if maybe we'll get a brief look to see what kind of good stuff is in here. Like I say, I really want to see more very unique abilities in some of these cards, and there are a few, but maybe not as many as I would like. But we will continue another one of those little cards, and we'll see if these people can really crank it up. Okay, what is that? It reduced the overall enemy power by 1 at locations with 1 or more friendly cards with a covering fire. Huh. Pretty sure someone else has that. Sounds very familiar to me. Let's see, Centurion Warjack. If there is only 1 enemy card at this location, increase this card's power by its base power. Ah, I like that. He's got a lot of HP, and he has the potential to get really powerful, or pretty powerful anyway. Not bad. Okay, we've got a Trencher Commando team. Assassinate. If this is the only friendly card at this location, skip your attack at this location. Instead, destroy 1 enemy warrior card at this location with 4 health or less. Now that's cool. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I like that a lot. Okay. Again, I'm not going to read all these. I'm just going to kind of go through some of them. I really like this faction. They just look really awesome. This card gains +1 power if there are 2 or more enemy cards at this location. Okay. Oh wow. I like it. Ooh. Flame Guard Cleanser Phalanx. That sounds awesome. But again, see, at the start of an attack at this location, choose up to 1 enemy card at this location that is not already affected by fire. That card suffers -1 health until the end of the turn. Pretty sure there's a lot of other cards that have that ability, so having that card doesn't necessarily make me feel like I'm getting anything particularly new. Another Assassinate, which is awesome. I like that. But, see, part of my problem is, you know, you gave Assassinate to the blue guys, now you're giving it to these guys. I think it'd be cool if there was more uniqueness between each faction, and there is uniqueness, don't get me wrong, there are abilities that only certain factions have, but I think with the expansions they should be increasing that differentiation, but so be it. Okay. That's cool. Ooh, like that. Assault Commando Company. Very nice. Ooh. Flamethrower, yeah. More fire. Ooh, I like this faction too, they're really cool. Scavenger. At the end of your turn, if there's only 1 enemy card at this location, destroy that card. That's cool. I like that. Corruptor. Bile Thrall Horde. That looks really nice. When this card is destroyed, all opponents discard a card. That's nice. Ooh. That is creepy looking, but I like it. At the end of your turn, if 1 or more enemy warrior cards are destroyed at any location, you can deploy this card from your hand to the location without paying its purchase cost. That's nice. And then we've got the Warcasters that come in this particular expansion. Very cool. And there you have it. Okay, that's the cards in the Into the Breach expansion. Now, we'll pop these open real quick, see what kind of stuff's in there, and see what it is that what makes them a campaign expansion. Don't really know exactly. I'm just gonna pop them both open real quick, just for the fun of it. Thought that I had. Let's see. I guess I need to get a better opening here. Okay. Now these boxes might be handy just for holding the cards in a smaller box, because these look like they might be big enough to hold most of the cards for Hordes and Warmachine, but we'll see. Let's see, we've got a little ad here. We have, wow, this big box has this. I have to assume this is a storage solution. That's got to be what this is. It's meant to store cards. Let's see, Castle of the Keys. We've got new rule at the start of your turn. Check to see whether there is more than one copy of a location card in play. If there is, and any one of the repeated locations does not have any army cards on it, you can place one of those locations without army cards on the bottom of the location deck and put the top card of the location deck into play in its place. You can do this once per turn. Okay. I guess that's a nice, I don't know. They must have duplicate locations in here. I don't know why else that would matter. Come on now. We're going to have, I know there's going to be new cards called Winds of War cards, which are cards that affect everybody that turn, but I don't know exactly in what way. So that's the new rule card. Move that out of the way. Okay, what all do we have here? We're going to have a heap of a lot more. Okay, these are warlocks, or that is a warlock. Do they put all the other ones at the bottom again? I don't know why they're not. I don't know where they are. Or maybe they're just, no, it doesn't matter. So we have new warlock. And we've got more new cards. Interesting. If you control one or more cards with power glyphs once per turn, when you bank cards, you can add the top card of your army deck to your banked cards. Huh. Interesting. That's actually kind of a unique ability. If there's an attack at this location this turn, return this card to your hand at the end of the turn. Oh, that's not bad. I don't guess. During your battle step, you can choose to skip your attack. I know someone else had that, but I think it was people in the same faction, so that's cool. Okay, wait, make sure I get that in there good. Interesting. Did I miss? Oh yeah, there's the warlock for this one. Looks very interesting. He's nasty. We've got these little guys. Okay. Okay, ooh, I like that. What is that? Blood Creation. You can deploy this card from your discard pile. Oh gosh, that's awesome. And he's cheap, I guess. Yeah, he's super cheap. So that's awesome. I like that. Beastmaster, yeah. Okay. What is that? Perilous Room. Oh, these are locations. Okay, so, and there are duplicates. There's 3 Perilous Ruins. There's Cliffside Vantage Point. 3 of those. Crumbling Parapet. Blighted Passage. Pyromalfic. Cavern of Inscriptions, Escape Tunnel, and then the new Winds of War cards, which, let's see, are these locations all that interesting? At the end of each turn, return any cards here with more than 4 base health to their owner's hands. Huh, that's cool. At the start of your battle step, if you have cards at this location, choose one card here. That card loses its abilities until the end of the turn. Okay, so there's some kind of dangerous, bad things. At the start of your turn, destroy one friendly card here. When Day of Reckoning is revealed, destroy all cards here before resolving it. Wow. Worth a lot of points. Golly. When you rush a card to this location, the rush cost is decreased by 2 command or 2 war to a minimum of the card's purchase cost. Huh. So, there's some interesting locations for sure. Then we've got some of these. The cost of the first card you purchase or rush this round is decreased by 2 command or 2 war. I feel like that was already in the regular one, or something very similar. Let's see. Each time you purchase a card this round, you can bank 1 card. If you shuffle your deck this round, you can move 1 additional card to your occupying forces pile. Okay. You can rush cards with a purchase cost of up to 3 command or 3 war for their purchase costs this round. Huh. When you cannot rush War Beast, Warjack, or Warrior cards this round. You can draw 4 cards at the start of your turn this round. If you do, skip your next turn. For each location, if a player has at least 2 more cards than any other player there, he immediately captures that location and destroys all army cards and the game ends. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so we have a little variety of new Winds of War cards, which, I don't know, some of them seem kind of samey, some of them seem a little more interesting maybe. So that's something. And this, of course, will be very similar, when, for better or for worse. Toss that. I'm just not sure if they, in my opinion, just from what I've seen, these expansions, although it'll be nice to have the extra cards to customize the deck, your deck, that's great, but I just think that maybe Privateer Press is missing something here as far as how to make things a little more unique each time. That new rule is going to be the same, I'm sure. And we're just going to skim through these real quick like, oh, and of course if I drop them, it might take a little longer. That's unfortunate. Okay. I just think that they could really crank up the uniqueness of each one a little more, but I am still very impressed with the artwork. Each faction is going to be definitely more. You'll be able to control your deck a lot more with all these different things. What does that say? This card gains +1 power for every 3 cards in your occupying forces pile. There we go. There's something that's unique. So basically, the farther you are in the game, more than likely this guy will be more powerful. That's good. Ooh. This card gains +1 power and +1 health if there are any exemplar cards in your discard pile. Okay. I am a little excited about some of these. Mad Dog. Then we've got this. Okay. Boy, boy, boy. Okay, just to kind of wrap this up, I'm just going to kind of cruise through these a little faster, just to kind of get the idea across here. Oh. New locations. Cards at this location with less than 4 base health have 4 base health. Wow, okay, so they're actually better. Interesting. So that's good. War Beast, Warjack, and Warrior cards can be rushed to this location. If one of your cards is destroyed at this location, you can move it to your occupying forces pile. Warrior cards at this location have +2 power and +2 health. At least there's a little bit of variety. These aren't just like the other ones. That's good news. If one of your cards is destroyed, you move it to your occupying forces pile. If you control 3 warrior cards at this location, immediately capture this location. Okay, and then these, that looks the same. You can deploy cards at the cost of this without paying their purchase cost this round. When you add a card to your reserves, look at the top 2 cards of your reinforcement deck. Put 1 in your reserves and the other on the bottom of your reinforcement deck. Well, that sounds different. Each time one of your cards is destroyed or discarded from a location this round, draw 1 card. Okay. At the start of your turn this round, you can return a friendly card from a location of your hand to your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. Well, that's good. At least some of this stuff's unique. If you deploy or rush a Warjack or War Beast during your turn this round, the rush cost of your Warcasters and Warlocks is decreased by 2 command or 2 war. I'm glad to see this. That's good. War Beast, War Jack, and Warrior cards gain +2 health this round. For each location, if a player has at least 2 more cards than the other player there, he immediately captures that location, then destroy all army cards, and the game ends. There we go again. Okay, so they're somewhat similar, generally speaking, but there's a lot of cards here. There are some interesting abilities that I've seen that will make it to where there's some more uniqueness, which is good. And hopefully I will get a chance to review High Command itself soon. But in the meantime, I hope this was helpful for anyone who wanted to know what kind of stuff was in these. And if so, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.